David Greene from Greene Phillips Injury Lawyers is here to discuss product liability law and the role it plays in keeping us all safe. David, good to see you as always. Welcome to Studio 10.
Hey, good morning.
All right, so Greene Phillips had a few headlines recently regarding this topic. Can you talk to us about that recent $8.5 million jury verdict against Nissan Motor Company?
Well, absolutely we can. We worked this case with another local law firm, wonderful lawyers. Our client was severely injured as a result of a defective airbag, severe injuries to her left eye, lost an eye, injuries to her right eye. Very, very severe injuries. We're very thankful the jury in Mobile County came back with a very large verdict. We think that justice was served, and this young lady will certainly have the ability to take care of herself in the future. These cases are very, very important because they send a message to car manufacturers that if you know that you've got a defect and you put something into the stream of commerce, then juries in Mobile County and other places are going to hold you accountable. And that's what this jury did for our client.
All right, an important verdict in general and for the client as well, as you mentioned. So somebody might look at that $8.5 million figure and wonder, is that arbitrary? Can you explain the reasoning behind that amount?
Well, it's basically what the jury decided when the case was presented, that they saw you had past pain and suffering, you had medical expenses, surgeries, future pain and suffering, and then the embarrassment of knowing that you simply don't have an eye, and people having to learn that down the road. If you come in and you come at a party or at an event, then this young lady has got to tell folks, hey, I can't see out of my eye. And so that type of thing, all that adds up and becomes what's called compensatory damages. In this case, the judge said only compensatory damages would be awarded. We think the jury got it right, and we think that it was a very fair resolution to this young lady's case.
Kind of speaking on this, but more so in general, what are some things you look for to determine if someone does have a legit product liability case?
Well, that's a great question. There's so many products that are put out into the stream of commerce. You know, my father was a paper mill worker. We were a hardworking family. My father was a hardworking guy. Mom was as well. And you look at things and we just all think that products that are out there are safe. We all just take it at face value. We think that folks are honest. And really what happens is there are some great companies out there that do a great job. But sometimes companies cut corners. They take shortcuts to save themselves money on the bottom line, and they even look at cases and say, well, we won't change this because we can just pay a certain amount of money if someone even comes forward, if someone's hurt. And so that sort of gets companies' attention when you have a verdict like this that basically lets them know, look, there are people out there looking and watching out for things like this, and if someone's severely injured, then you need to look and see whether or not there is a product that perhaps caused the injury.
All right, so there are things like government regulations and things like that with products, but product liability law is kind of in place to protect that and protect the public, is what you're saying?
Well, that's exactly right. And the government does a great job by looking at products and making recommendations to companies. And sometimes, like in this case, the company simply disregarded what the government said, and they just decided to go ahead and manufacture this airbag anyway. And because of it, there was a pretty large verdict.
All right, David, if anybody out there is listening and they think, you know what, I may have a product liability legal question for you, or maybe any other question, how can they contact y'all?
Yeah, simply you can just call us, 251-300-2000. We'll talk to you on the phone, give you an idea as to whether or not we think you have a case right there on the spot. You can come by and sit down and talk to us, go into more details, and then perhaps open up a case and do an investigation. Glad to talk to anybody that's got the potential case of someone injured.
Important information today. David, good to see you as always.
Nice to see you.